Hello again, this is the Atari Collector. As I stated in the last video, the next Mario game in the series that I wanted to present after Donkey Kong for the Atari 7800 is Donkey Kong Jr. Technically this is, I guess you could call it a Mario game because Mario is in it, but in this game, as you see, the roles have reversed. In Donkey Kong, Mario was the hero who was trying to save his girlfriend from Donkey Kong, but now Mario is the villain and Donkey Kong Jr. is trying to save Donkey Kong from Mario. So an interesting twist that Nintendo came up with. As usual, I want to read the story and information about the game that appears on the original box and in the instruction manual. On the back of the box it says, Junior's Revenge. Remember in Donkey Kong how Mario fought Papa Donkey Kong? Well, Mario won. Now he has Papa locked up like an animal in a cage. Only you, Donkey Kong Jr., can save Papa. You have to reach that special key to unlock the cage, but Mario has other ideas. As you nimbly climb trees and gracefully swing across vines towards your goal, Mario sends jaw-snapping creatures after you. You earn extra points by plucking fruit to bonk them. When you have won your first challenge, another scene appears with even greater attacks. And the fourth level is the most difficult of all. You can do it because you're a chimp off the old block. So Donkey Kong Jr. is the son of Donkey Kong, as he calls him Papa. And he's trying to save his Papa from the evil Mario, who's basically taking revenge on Donkey Kong for all of the hassle that he caused him in the first game. Now I'll go ahead and read more of the story as found in the instruction manual. It says, Donkey Kong's back. Donkey Kong the ape is back. Only this time the vengeful Mario is holding the ape prisoner. Luckily, the ape has a son, Donkey Kong Jr., who will try to rescue Papa. To free his dad, Jr. must make his way through a dark and treacherous jungle, racing against time. The little fellow climbs and swings across vines while avoiding the terrible snap jaws. If he reaches the keys to Papa's cage, Junior must push them to the top of the chains while staying clear of snap jaws and a new flock of nasty nitpickers. But even then, his mission isn't over. Once he reaches Mario's hideout, he must pass yet another test against time. This kid needs help. Don't just stand there, help poor Junior save his father. So already in that story, we see that this game is going to have enemies that are called snap jaws and nitpickers, and basically it's Donkey Kong Jr.'s goal, as he goes through each level, to get the keys so that he can unlock his dad and save his dad from the cage that Mario has him in. I'll skip over the controls section. The section entitled Playing the Game reads, the game begins with 3 juniors. The first junior begins Operation Rescue by climbing the vine just above him. He can't climb through a platform, so move him around to the left and then continue climbing. Guide Junior through the jungle and up toward the key. If you manage to reach the key, Junior's on his way to freeing Papa. But you should avoid the snap jaws at all costs. When you reach the highest platform, continue to avoid the snap jaws and go for the key. You'll lose Junior if he falls off a vine or is caught by the snap jaws. You'll also lose Junior if he jumps off a platform, misses a vine, and falls. While you're working your way upward, a bonus timer is counting down. If you reach the key, the number in the bonus timer is added to your score. But time can work against you. If you don't capture the key just before the timer runs out, Junior is a goner. If Junior captures the key, he moves on to the springboard screen. He must avoid the pesky birds and the nitpickers on his way to the top. So the instruction manual says that the first level, the enemies there are called snap jaws, and then it mentions that in the second level there are birds and nitpickers. But as I play the second level, I'd be curious to know if anybody sees what the nitpickers are, because I'm pretty sure everything in the second level is only birds, but it does say that there should be nitpickers in the second screen, which is the springboard screen, after the first screen, which was called the jungle screen. And then it says Mario's hideout is next, so that's the third screen, where you must dash across coils and climb more vines to reach the hanging vine at the top. To avoid the globes and sparks, jump over them and keep moving toward Papa. And then the fourth and final screen, it reads, on the change screen, Junior must push 6 keys into the locks at the top while avoiding nitpickers and snapjaws. Now here I do believe we will actually see what the nitpickers are on the fourth screen. As long as there are juniors remaining, you will return to the jungle and start your mission all over again. The snapjaws and nitpickers make things even tougher than they did before. The game is over if you lose the last junior during the rescue missions. So we do see that there was some similarities between the first Donkey Kong and this Donkey Kong in that you have to worry about the time. You have a time bonus that's constantly counting down, and you want to make it the whole way to the top. Getting as many points as you can in the meantime by collecting items. If you can destroy enemies by whatever means, you can get points that way. And then, of course, there are the static screens, and as you complete all 4 screens, that's essentially beating the game, but then you have to play through all of those screens again on a higher level, and the game just repeats over and over again indefinitely, and basically the goal is to get the high score. This game does seem a little more involved in the first game, though, with so many new items and enemies and various things to do, so it certainly is a step up from the first game. This game is very enjoyable too. I've already been practicing it a bit. I've had a lot of fun with it, and now we'll go ahead and get to the gameplay. So I'll unpause the screen and go ahead and reset the game. And here again, as it was in the first game, you have 1 or 2 players and then the 3 skill levels, but basically standard means you start on level 1, advanced means you start on level 2, and expert means you start on level 3. So it's not really skill level, it's more like you can skip which level you want to start on. I'm going to go ahead and start on the standard level, and I definitely do think that the sound in this game is a lot better than the sound in the first game, so that's good that they did make the sound sound a lot better, more pleasant to the ear. So let's get started. You'll notice that as I climb down a vine, if I'm only holding on to one vine, I climb down very fast. But if I want to climb up fast, I have to hold on to 2 vines. So holding on to 2 vines is how you go up fast, and holding on to 1 vine is how you go down fast. Otherwise, you're moving up and down slowly. That first screen was called the jungle screen. This screen is called the springboard screen. Just because of that one springboard, they named the whole screen the springboard screen. And see, you'll see the birds flying. The instruction manual said that there's also nitpickers, but I don't see what they're calling the nitpickers. So I keep saving Papa on each screen. It seems that Mario keeps taking them, though, to a new area. So that was the third screen. It was called Mario's Hideout. And then this is the change screen, the fourth and final screen. Now the nitpickers must be those things that keep flying left and right. while the Snapjaws are the red guys climbing up and down the chains. So I just got killed by a nitpicker. And I saved Papa. And there's Mario lying dead, but he comes back. And it repeats. Oh, I was a bit too slow there. If those are birds, I can only assume they're dropping their crap at me. Unless those are supposed to be eggs. Looks like they're dive bombing in more ways than one. I believe this game is the same as the first in that at 20,000 points I got an extra life, but then I will never get an extra life ever again. So now it's just how far can I make it on the lives I have left. Papa! Yay! The snap jaws definitely move randomly, so they can be tricky because you have no idea what path they're going to take. The birds are pretty predictable. It seems like I can always kill that first globe if I'm really quick there. The small blue things falling down are what the instruction manual called sparks. The other spheres are globes. Oh. I should have been a little more conservative than that. Saved my daddy for the third time. Now I'll probably die. All the nitpickers are at the top, in very large numbers. Oh my goodness! 89,700 points, level 4. So yeah, the game continues indefinitely. I haven't practiced this too much, so if I tried again, I'd probably just do about the same. So we'll just go ahead and say that's Donkey Kong Jr. for the Atari 7800. Very fun game, challenging. Seems to be a lot more depth to it than the original game. The next video that I plan to show, as I mentioned in the previous video, is going to be Mario Brothers for the Atari 7800. That's going to be a lot of fun. I definitely have a lot of memories as a kid, whenever I was 5 years old playing that game, back whenever I originally owned my first Atari 2600. So I'm looking forward to playing that. So thanks for watching. This again was the Atari Collector, and I'll see you next time.